Violence Podcast. We're here with myself, Rose.
I'm Jim.
I'm Chris.
John Jobs.
John
All
Jones.
right. So let's get right into it. Last night was definitely a crazy night of fights. We could start with like the main event. I was saying, man, see these flyweights are on a different level these days. And this is why this to me proves why Mighty Mouse is one of the GOATs.
Yeah.
Like when you're talking about like flyweights, everything is moving so fast that a flyweight can close the gap of what do you call it, knowledge and jujitsu in like no time. You understand what I'm saying? Like a guy like Brandon Moreno, he was on the Ultimate Fighter.
Yeah.
And he was getting submitted by other jiu-jitsu guys that weren't even like at the highest level. Now he's going against someone like Brandon Royval, who's known for submissions, who's probably a better submission technician than Brandon Moreno, but yet he caught him in like that twister move like out of nowhere. So everything just moves super fast. So for Mighty Mouse to maintain something like that for that long, like for what was it, 10, 11 title defenses?
Yeah. A good amount of time.
That shows me how much, he should be considered to go. Now, when you look at Figueiredo, I feel like he's just too physical. He's too dominant. But Alex Perez was
He was game.
Yeah, he was bringing it to him. I don't know.
I
What
said
y'all
that.
think about?
I thought Alex Perez was going to shock the world yesterday. I didn't think he should have beaten Figueiredo because Figueiredo's not human. But I really thought. I think people were sleeping on Alex Perez. I know it was early. I know he was rushed. Whatever the case may be, but that kid is no joke. I think he kind of proved that. I mean, it was a quick submission, but they were going at it though. Like this was high level stuff, man. That kid got respect.
Honestly, that was low key. Even though it probably lasted less time within the round, that was low key, probably more competitive than Brandon Moreno and Royval.
Oh yeah.
When you really,
maybe
when you really look at it, Alex Perez was like, he was landing some clean shots, like on
body kicks, leg kicks,
body kicks,
heavy shots too.
He was catching him.
I think if they were given if they were given the opportunity to go the stretch, we could have said that. We could have. But Moreno Roval was wild.
Honestly, I wish that fight didn't stop. I wish he didn't get that.
My
injury.
goodness!
1 second left on the clock too.
Yeah.
Did you guys see his coach pop his shoulder back into place?
Yeah.
I've done that for 4 or 5 times. I know the exact feeling. It is like a flash, and then it's like nothing happened. He could have went right back to fighting.
Yeah.
There was 1 second on the clock. I kind of wish the ref would have let that go. Pop it back in between rounds, and we would have got a round 2.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah, I mean, I would leave that up to the fighter, but yeah, that was pretty crazy. But to just bank off what you said about Mighty Mouse, I think I see what you're saying, but I think this is more of like this was created because of Mighty Mouse. Like Mighty Mouse's competition was. I mean, these fighters are not whack. They're in the UFC. If you're in the UFC, you're a savage, plain and simple. Unless you're like, Mike Perry, you just get your punching bag. But yeah, never stops. Mike Perry's a savage.
Yo, imagine you run into him in the streets. Oh,
yo, nigga.
I love you, Mike. I love you. But what I'm saying is that, like, back when Mighty Mouse was there was maybe like one knockout artist. The rest of them, like you said, it was a lot of grappling, a lot of tactical movements. Where now these guys are hitting like lightweights and welterweights now. These guys are not playing. And I think that's due to Mighty Mouse's reign. All these guys were cooking. They were training to beat Mighty Mouse.
Yeah.
And now they have to beat this Brazilian serial killer now. It's like, you think about it, like, which one is worse? Getting like a beautiful submission loss from Demetrius or getting tossed into the shadow realm by Figueiredo? It's like,
yeah, honestly, Figueiredo, he's very menacing. He looks like a legit bad guy in a movie. So
legit.
So like it brings energy to the division too. Like even walking out to that James Bond song, I'm like, oh man, it's about to go down.
Yes.
Now, who do you think is getting the next title shot? Because I still feel like it's Cody. I feel like they're gonna fuck over Moreno. Cody's coming in.
I think it's already booked.
What is?
Look, yeah.
I saw this morning that it's pretty much almost signed. Like,
Cody?
literally almost signed. No, Moreno and him for December 21st.
That's probably what should happen, but I'm not gonna lie. I think I'd be more hyped to see Cody in there, either getting flatlined like he usually does, or being the new champ.
You know that's what I want. You know that's what I want.
Wait, hold on, but
just saying it.
But don't you think Cody has more power and probably just as much speed as like an Alex Perez?
Well, we never seen him at 125, so we can't really say
Okay.
too much, you know.
That's
And
true.
plus, this is like, I mean, if you see what TJ Dillashaw did to him, and he's gonna cut down to this monster's weight, I don't know, bro. That's a tough.
Okay.
I want him to, because I cannot wait to watch the highlight over and over again.
But, you know what though? I heard that they were trying to make the fight between Brandon and Figueiredo in 2 weeks. I heard they're trying to make it early on, like December
21st is supposed to be actually, supposedly.
Really?
Okay. Valentina's supposed to come back fast as well, so hopefully
She doesn't want to wait.
she can fight in January. Andrade.
I'm hoping that she what she was saying the press conference that the fair thing to do is put Andrade against somebody else. I forgot what it was, but
Lauren Murphy.
I think she should get Andrade, and then it should be her and Amanda Nunes.
Who else would fight Valentina besides Andrade? I mean, she's beaten almost everyone in the top 5. If not everyone. I mean,
if I'm being honest, she's gonna get kind of like the John Jones effect after that performance, though. Everybody's gonna be like, "Oh wait, she looked kind of beatable," and then everybody's gonna want to start fighting her because she was kind of laying and praying. She was just chilling.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about that. Like that girl, this is why I hate watching like fighters who are like super chinny. Because the only reason why it looks like Valentina had some kind of challenge was because that girl was able to get beaten up more than any other fighter that Shevchenko has ever fought. Like she's like a Felicia Spencer type. Like you ever watch like Felicia Spencer versus Cyborg?
Yeah,
exactly. You watch it versus Cyborg. Cyborg was like beating her to hell. and she was just like absorbing it like it was nothing, like for 5 rounds or 3 rounds or whatever it was.
Well,
so
I mean,
it's not that she's actually challenging her. It's just that she just has an insane chin and she's able to take a beating like no one else. And then they as people assume that Valentina looks human. This is what her being so chinny robs us of the highlights that we need.
I won't lie, you had me laughing last night with that statement. That was on point. On point.
What would have happened though? It would have happened. Valentina was landing some heavy 1-2s down the middle, and in the last round, she was landing some heavy shots too, towards Maya. I believe she broke her nose in the very last round. So Valentina was landing some good shots on her in the very last round.
I thought fortunes were going to change hands in the second round when Maya kept getting her down. That was I was watching that and be like, wait, do we have a new champion? But then
but I mean she held her the whole time. She really didn't do much damage. No ground.
That's nothing.
She kind of just held her down in position.
If you break it down, like the opposition, all it was that she was super chinny and that she was just laying and praying. She didn't do anything significant that would make me think that Valentina was in danger at all.
Yeah.
But just be extremely chinny.
Actually, Valentina would have been the only person that could make you possibly think she's in danger because she was not fighting how she normally does. She was the only person that would make you think anything like that, you know?
Yeah,
right.
Like it seemed like Valentina had to take some time to get her footing back. You know, it seemed like she kind of started out a little. Maybe the injury she had in the layoff, she was kind of rusty in the first round, but she eventually got back into the rhythm in round 2, 3, and 4, and 5.
I think this was purposeful because I think she wants to fight for a long time, and if she keeps starching people the way she does, nobody's going to want to fight her. They're going to have to do the intergender championship with her and Henry Cejudo. That's the only way it's going to continue.
Yes,
you know
get the GOAT back in there.
Chris's dream. That's Chris's dream right there.
I cannot wait for that. They'll probably never do it, but I cannot wait for the day that
they already did it. If you think about it, Fallon Fox is a transgender, so that was technically an intergender matchup. Like it was in a different league, but technically that was an intergender matchup.
They do it in other promotions. I mean, you could even see like Claudia Gadelia just like, you know, choking out some bum, like some guy that, you know, I don't know. I think he was an amateur. It was a couple years ago before she made it to the UFC. You know, she just chokes out some slob off the street. So you see it sometimes.
They've done some questionable fights. Remember when Karate Hottie fought that grandma? That was really strange.
Oh my God.
Really strange. Or when Cyborg's buddy,
it's Gabby Garcia.
Gabby Garcia, yeah.
Fought that tiny old lady. Like, what are we doing here,
That was shameful, but I'll watch it every time.
Oh my Lord. It's terrible. Can we talk about the fact how like what fight was it? Danny Rodriguez, Mr. 1986, got robbed yesterday. Does anybody have that same thought?
You know,
I was extremely upset.
Prior to the fight, I thought that he was going to win the fight, and I think that he got robbed. But I do think that the other guy maybe put a little more pressure on him, like in the last 2 rounds, just like walking.
No, I would say the last round, maybe like
the last round, yeah. But I did have Rodriguez winning as well.
2-1, easy, easy.
2-1.
Granted, Dolby was hitting the range. He has extremely beautiful kicks. Oh my God, they're gorgeous. But he wasn't as beautiful as they look when he threw them. He wasn't really doing much with them, and nowhere near as much as Danny was doing to him. And I really truly think Rodriguez got super robbed. Like I don't think it was even close enough to say like, oh, it's okay. No, I think he got robbed.
I mean, I wouldn't say
one judge had Dolby winning every round.
Oh yeah, I saw that. That was shameful.
Why does he have a job?
Yo, it's crazy. It's crazy because even Joe Rogan was like coming at the judges, and DC was like, "Come on, Joe, you can't do that."
Yeah.
He was like, "You can't do that."
Come on, Joe,
Joe's like, "My man, you know who I am? You know who I am?"
Joe's like, "Wait, who's?" He said, "Who's judging? Who's counting?" Like I was crying.
I love when him and DC make fun of the judges.
Hardy in the back, like Dan Hardy go behind him, like, "Yo."
Yeah, well, I forgot what pay-per-view it was, but I think it was the judge Adelaide Bird, horrible decision, and either DC or Rogan's like, "Oh yeah, I think I saw her roll up in a Lambo today." They said that shit live. They're a good combo. Good. I love when they're both commentating.
Yeah, same here.
No, they're genuine.
And then I think whatchamacallit, hearing on live TV on ESPN on the pay-per-view, hearing them refer to Paul Craig as Bear Jew about 60 times, that shit was cracking me up. Oh, the Bear Jew's in the building. That's the best nickname.
What was another like?
Dirty Bird got that good game.
Oh, that was a good one.
I had him winning that fight too.
So why didn't what's his name Mike Perry fight like he was fighting like the old Mike Perry in the first and second round? Like he brought that savage that we all knew him to be, came out in the third round, like when he felt like his back was against the wall or whatever. But like, why not bring that out right away? Like that's who he is. That's his nature. You know,
it was a very Lomachenko vibe. Like, why did you wait to the end to bring out your juice? You know, like what's going on here? It was strange. I think I compared Perry a lot to Tyson in his early years, where Tyson was kind of on point. He had that mentor in D'Amato, where like he had him solid. He taught him how to harness all that anger and that CTE. I think Mike Perry has a legit CTE-ish. I'm being completely honest, and you know he already has that anger. What I call the hood mentality. You know, once you get angry, you can't control your emotions. He's already shown that he has that, which I mean, it is what it is. But you need somebody to harness that. And then once you kind of like lose that, whoever was harnessing that, once that fell off, to find someone else to do that is almost impossible.
Right.
And I think that's where he's at. I think it's hard for him to just, you know, go back to being a student of the game. I think he's too deep into his own vibes.
I have a controversial opinion. Maybe, you know, having his pregnant girlfriend in his corner, that might not be helping him.
She's like, yeah, hit him in the face. Keep your hands up, hit him in the face. I'm like, really? Hit him in the face with your advice?
I'm pretty mad that he had
if you don't hit him, my water's gonna break.
I'm mad at Mike Perry because I sent him a message on Instagram offering him $2,000 to be his cornerman, and he did not respond back. So you know what?
Shame on you, Michael.
If I was there, we could have turned the tide.
Yo, Chris would be handing him shots between rounds instead of water.
For real. He'll be like, it's on my finger. Just
yeah, I got this from Colombia.
but
yeah,
John Jones does it. John Jones does it.
but like that's the thing too about Mike Perry. You know, I feel like his discipline is not really the same anymore because even though he might feel better because he's his own man now, but you don't have that team to push you to, you know, to push you to wake up at a certain time and be in the gym and drill these things and spar. He might not have the same discipline in fighting. So I feel like maybe he knew he didn't have the energy, so he kind of waited to the very last round to just unleash everything. You know, I feel like he knew his gas tank or his preparation wasn't that good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He didn't take it seriously. I mean, obviously.
Yeah.
When you're 25 pounds overweight the week prior, it's speaking volumes, bro. Like, come on.
Eating cheeseburgers.
Like,
so that
yeah, who was it? He was sending me pictures of him eating burgers. Like, I know he's not taking me seriously. It's like, come on.
And he misses weight.
So how important do you think in this day and age and in like MMA in general, how important do you think it is to be a martial artist versus a savage? Like what do you think is like more important? Because like you got like the savages who are like natural savages, like Mike Perry, Derek Lewis, like these people who don't necessarily take this, huh?
I can answer that for you easily.
Okay.
Look at all the GOATs we talk about: Mighty Mouse, John Jones, Valentina Shevchenko, GSP. They're all martial artists.
Okay. The best ever.
They're all you can be a savage all you want, but when you get to the top, you could be this savage. But the minute a guy has the Khabib style wrestling, who cares how type of savage you are? You're gonna be on the ground begging for your mom.
Yeah. You
have to be a student of the game. You have to be consistently drilling everything. You know who showed that? Who fought the Queen of Violence? Shevchenko's sister, right?
Antonia.
Yeah.
Look at that. Can you imagine what she's been doing the past year? Literally nothing but jiu-jitsu and grappling. Like nothing.
Yeah, that's why
she has spent her last year on her back, bro. Yeah. She's not playing.
Yeah.
No pun intended.
I mean that in the best possible way, Anthony. I promise.
Yeah. Like,
I mean, she was incredible.
Incredible.
From here to fucking 1,000. I mean, amazing what she did to fucking Queen of Violence, that piece of candy. I love it. But anyways.
Do you guys ever see the Shevchenko sisters fighting each other for the belt? Would that be the first time we see siblings fighting each other?
No.
So bad for Antonina.
Yeah, no. That's not gonna happen though. Like Valentina said during like an interview, very soon both sisters will own the belt. I'm like, what do you mean very soon? Do you mean that like pretty soon you're gonna give up the belt to let
she's
her?
eyeing Nunes. You know she wants Nunes again.
Yeah,
you know she
does.
Right.
So that makes sense for her to get the rematch, the trilogy with Nunes in that division, and just have Anthony to fight for the belt. Then,
she's gonna go work out with John Jones. She's gonna go start bulking up.
Yeah, under the octagon.
Yeah,
she's gonna be like, the octagon.
Hiding from you, Sada.
Yeah.
Honestly, there's nothing that tells me that Amanda Nunes is like fading in any way, and there's nothing that tells me that Shevchenko is fading in any way. So it's like that matchup. It's still. I feel like they both got to the same like higher levels. You understand what I'm saying? Or they both maintain their same level. Like I can't really see. I don't know. That's one of those fights that if it happens like 10 times, like you just don't know who's gonna win most of the time, even though Amanda won twice.
But you know what though? The one thing that I found weird coming to this fight with Maya is that I don't know how people saw Maya as being a threat as far as knocking her out. Valentina has fought people when she was like underweight. She's fought bigger people, and she hasn't been knocked out. She's fought Amanda twice. You know what I mean? She fought Joanna. She's fought Animals and Holly Holm, and she hasn't been knocked out. So why do people believe that Maya was going to knock her out or have a chance of knocking her out?
Who are those people? Who the fuck said that?
Like,
I think we all our predictions were, Shevchenko winning via, homicide.
Yeah.
Legit. I mean, the odds were ridiculous. It was almost like a low-level garage
like
match or something like that. It's
2,000.
so ridiculous. So ridiculous. I'm actually glad. I think Valentina, like I said prior, I think she did that on purpose. I think she was like, you know what? Let me just lay on her for 5 rounds, and then get everybody interested. Like, ooh, I might be able to beat her.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
And then the next person up is Andrade or whoever. Gonna get that left leg cemetery, boy. Boom! It's gonna be over quick.
I could see her being able to set up someone like Andrade. One thing I will say about Andrade, though, Andrade found a way to mix that fighter that fought Rose, like the version of her that fought Rose, and the old, savage version of her together. So now she has like crazy head movement while pushing forward at all times, kind of like a Glover Teixeira kind of thing.
Yeah.
And she's like, she's a beast. Like she'll lift you and slam you on your head or whatever. So that could be more interesting than most people would think.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. I don't think that she's gonna win, but I think that it'll be interesting to see.
Of course not.
But I do think that Wei Lee, I believe Wei Lee actually gives a good fight too. You know what I mean?
I miss that woman, man.
Yeah.
I'd watch that fight. Having
I miss
Wei
that
Lee come
woman,
up have her come up a weight class.
Animal.
Yeah.
Wei Lee is an animal. I love that woman. I've been watching her training videos on social media. She's a savage, yo. Oh my God.
All right. Side note: we got 10 minutes left, and the meeting's gonna end.
So you want Joaquin Buckley, the highlight reel, bro? We haven't talked about him.
Oh, Buckley, man.
My goodness. And then his post-fight interview, you saw him just going at Krause. He was like, I'm not going to say his name. Joe Rogan was like, I will.
That was hilarious.
Crazy.
James Krause, if I were you, I'll go into hiding. Witness protection program, change your name.
He said witness protection.
Something.
Luckily, he'll be outside your house.
No, I'm happy for him because when you really think about his story, like I think he still works at Walgreens, like right now.
Yes.
Like that dude checked in to what do you call it? Clocked in to Walgreens like this morning. You know what I'm saying? And
$50K on top of his fucking purse. That's what's up.
Right. So
he made more for that knockout than he's gonna make a year in Walgreens. That's
Exactly. And I hate to see fighters who have like one like crazy knockout, like it's like a one-hit wonder kind of thing. Like you get like one banger and then you never hear that person again. Like that song Night and Day by Al B. Shore.
Yeah.
Or I Will Survive by Gloria Gaynor or whatever. Like you don't know what
that's
other song
Chris's shower song.
That's my ringtone. What are you talking about?
That's what I'm saying. Like you
that's Raining Men.
How do you know this?
He said, how do you know this?
Oh man.
Oh yeah, what fights are you guys looking forward to right now?
Conor McGregor versus Dustin Poirier.
Yep.
That's finally official.
Yeah.
The king is back.
Finally official.
Great one. Leon Edwards. Hazmat.
Khamzat. Yep.
Oh my God.
That's a stacked card too, by the way. There's a lot of good fights on that.
Chaos is fighting Michelle Pereira.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's gonna be crazy.
Pereira's gonna dance to the octagon for that one? I don't know.
Oh my God. Yo, that is insane. How do you see that going?
I don't know.
That's a very weird, intriguing matchup.
Yeah, I mean they're both very unpredictable and they're both very explosive. So it can go either way, in my opinion. I have Chaos winning the fight. I have Chaos winning first round knockout.
First round. So you think what's his name is gonna
first
play around
knockout.
a little too? So you think Pereira's gonna play around a little bit? And then it's gonna end up getting him caught.
Like I believe in the first round, he won't be as savvy as he usually is. He'll be too cautious. Because of that, he's gonna get caught and knocked out.
But here's the thing about
No, I was gonna say, I think Perea, he's gonna start doing like the Cotton Eye Joe right in the octagon, and then Chaos is gonna come just shut the lights out.
Yo,
He said the Cotton Eye Joe.
Oh man, Chaos is impressive, man, because it's not a lot of like hood fighters that are really that technical. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like usually
the hood fighters usually have good hands, but terrible takedown defense. It's like
terrible takedown defense.
Yeah.
Like if you go into the hood, and you get attacked, just go for the legs.
Yeah, that's
like,
it.
No one's throwing a knee. No one's trying to catch you with a guillotine. Like that's not gonna happen.
Actually, like if you kick, they're gonna be like, "Yo, you kick him, I'm jumping in." It's like, why, bro? We didn't agree on rules.
That's good advice.
I'd like to throw this out there too. Ferguson Oliveira. We are not talking about this enough. Talk about the highest level of grappling. What I have been talking to you guys about that I want. This fight has the potential to do that. Forget striking. Go straight to the ground. I don't care. Yeah. I want to see these two work, man. Oh my God. I can't wait for that.
Ferguson is brave.
Damn, that's a brave.
That's
a weird one.
Hype when I heard about that. Oh man.
Okay, so this hot seat of fight going. So if the fight goes the distance, I see Ferguson winning that every time.
Okay.
But Oliveira has such unpredictable, crazy hands that and just unpredictable just stand up in general now that I could see him also being able to clip Tony too.
Yeah.
You know, because Tony took a crazy amount of damage not too long ago. It hasn't been that long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Agreed.
You know, it's another good fight coming up. Jose Aldo versus Chito Vera.
That's
on the Kamzat card.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be a good fight. That's what Sugar Sean O'Malley thought he was going to be doing next.
Yeah. The
Hamzat card is low key better than this card that we just watched. Like on paper.
High key.
Oh, Caitlin Chukagian defeats Calvia. Surprising and not surprising. I had Caitlin winning because of the distance, and I knew that Calvia is kind of still hood, so she's want to try to prove a point with striking with her instead of going to her strength, which is jiu-jitsu. And I knew because of that, Caitlin was going to pick her apart.
But do you think she was ever going to be that much of a threat to be able to take her down? Because what's her name? Chukagian is like super long, so like when it's hard to kind of get her down, and then she sprawls. She's also very well versed in jiu-jitsu. She also keeps her range very well. So I don't know how easy it is for her to even shoot in on Chukagian, to be honest, because Chukagian was like really picking her apart, like from the distance.
Gatekeeper. That's what Chukagian is.
Gatekeeper.
Also, Holloway Cater.
Oh my God!
Oh yeah!
Jesus Christ, that's gonna be a banger.
And both of them
gonna be two nice guys beating the living shit out of each other, and I cannot wait for it.
And the thing about that is that both of them, like you know, that fight is gonna be mainly hands because both of them have like crazy hands. And in a fight with like only hands, I'm a little scared for my boy Max. I'm a little bit nervous for him. I mean, because it's not like Max is fighting like Brian Ortega before Brian Ortega had that new resurgence. You're fighting like the dude that has one of the best 1-2s in the business.
Yeah.
Like Calvin Kattar is one of the best 1-2s in the business, like the whole UFC. So that's a little scary. Like Max, I think Max is gonna have to mix it up a little bit, like for him to have the advantage in that fight.
Max Holloway has me like on a Mike Perry tip now. My only worry is that he's taking so much damage, and I don't know. His last couple of fights have seemed different. So I'm just excited for him to be back. I hope he's rested and married like he is and all that stuff. He's happy. Yeah. So I need him back at 100, and I need him smarter. I need him to stop taking so much damage. But
I predict that exact fight is going to be fight of the year, because when you look at both of their track records, both of them are dogs. Neither one of them take a step back. So, and both of them are crazy with hands. So that's going to be like if Rockin' Sockin' Robots evolved like 200 years from now, because it's going to be super technical, but they're actually going to stand right in front of each other.
I think Ferguson Oliveira is gonna be like
Fight of the year.
oh my gosh. You don't understand. I get goosebumps just talking about this shit. Like, I can't wait.
That's a good one, man.
All right,
you guys are sleeping real quick. You guys are sleeping on Greg Hardy, Tybura on the Kamzat. That could be fight of the century. Don't forget that.
It could be a good fight, though. It could be a good fight.
Yeah,
about a round.
Yeah,
about a round.
Yeah, right. Best first round.
So all right, Jeff. Leaving. Let's do some early predictions. Hazmat versus Leon Edwards. Who do you have?
I got Hamzat.
Hamzat. 100%.
Hamzat. I have Leon with it. Hazmat should be his name. He's dangerous.
As of right now,
yeah,
I got Leon. But when it comes to predictions, I like to make them like the day before or something like that because I got to look their eyes.
Gotcha.
I got to see what they're about.
Let's do that. Let's do that on the prediction video, like before each fight.
All right, so it's about to end.
It's kind of early to tell.
It's about to end. Any last words?
So there's 1
McGregor, I'm
minute
waiting
left.
for you.
All right, there you have it. This is our reaction to the madness that went on last night. Stay tuned for the predictions of every fire card that's to come. Peace out.
I'd like to say people were shitting on this because it's pay-per-view. What a card, man. What a freaking card. It was amazing.
It was.
Pure savagery. Pure carnage.
Awesome. All right, guys.
All right. See you later, guys.
Love you, gents.